Welcome to this quiet space, a place where stories flow softly and your heart can rest. Let your shoulders drop, unclench your jaw, and let the day slip away. Tonight, we return to the garden, to a story of old, a pivotal moment in time gone by, where one deceived, one listened, and innocence slipped away. So, settle in and let the quiet come in like the tide, slow, steady, peaceful. Let your thoughts float away like leaves on a slow river. And now, let the story begin. In the garden, where night settled like a blessing, cozy and unhurried, every sound was hushed, every breath softer than the last. In this quiet space, we will listen to a story of a garden once perfect, and of a choice that changed everything, and of a love that never let go. This is the story of the peaceful and beautiful Garden of Eden, where sleep came easy, where peace wrapped around every living thing, and where God's love lingered like an evening light, warm and safe and eternal. Sunset slipped through tall trees, painting the earth golden. The wind moved like a gentle hand, stroking the tops of flowers, lifting their fragrance into the air. Birds sang softly to the morning, in notes rising and falling, like the flutter of quiet wings. And the river answered with a music of its own, a low, constant lullaby that held the world in an easy sway. Every leaf knew its place, every petal knew its hour, every stone rested warm in the sun. Adam and Eve walked there, unhurried, unafraid, their feet light upon the path, their faces turned toward the light, their days held in the gentle rhythm of life. No fear, no hurry, no worry, only calm. But then, beneath the calm, something changed. And the serpent came. It spoke to Eve of the tree in the center of the garden, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The tree stood quietly at the center of the garden, tall and graceful. Its leaves caught the light, shimmering softly, golden by day, silver by night. And when the wind passed through, they rustled gently like a lullaby, calm and low. From its branches hung fruit, ground and ripe, glowing faintly, as if carrying a secret light within, their colors shifting gently, like the quiet blending of dawn and dusk. At the roots, little flowers bloomed, and their petals opening slowly, while the earth beneath seemed alive and full. The air around the tree felt different and quiet, somehow deeper, yet beautiful and solemn. The trees stood in mystery, a wonder at the heart of creation. The serpent's words were soft, not loud, not sharp, smooth as silk, soft as breath, sweet as honey. It did not command, but just a curious voice, asking, "Did God really say you must not eat from it?" Eve paused. She looked at the fruit, golden in the light, swaying softly in the breeze. Her heart turned toward curiosity. She answered, "God said we must not eat it, nor touch it, or we will die." The serpent replied, "You will not die. Your eyes will be opened. You will be like God, knowing good and evil." Her eyes turned toward the tree, standing quiet, tall, in the midst of the garden's beauty. Its branches were strong with life. Its fruit held the light, as though dawn had pooled within each skin. Plump, radiant, tempting, mysterious. Eve's heart began to flutter with wonder between trust and curiosity. She stood between the known and the unknown. She waited. Eve breathed slowly, deeply, and reached out her hand. Her fingers touched the fruit. She lifted it, feeling the world grow very quiet as the space between the heart's beats. As quiet as evening slipping into night. And with a gentle breath, she took a bite. Then she gave some to Adam, and he too ate. Then the world, as it was, shifted gently. The light changed just a little. Shadows deepened just a little. The birds' bright notes softened, and drifting into the distance, and a hush moved through the garden, like a blanket of quiet settling over all things. Together they stood in the place they had always known, and found that it weighed more now, as if the air held something new and delicate, the gift of choice and the weight of it, both together, resting on open hands. Their eyes opened, they saw their nakedness, and a weight pressed upon their hearts. They stitched fig leaves together, simpler coverings, for a burden newly felt. In the cool of the day, the Lord God walked in the garden, his presence gentle, like a breeze moving through the trees. But Adam and Eve hid among the branches. The Lord called, "Where are you?" Adam answered, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked." The Lord asked, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree that I commanded you not to eat?" Adam replied, "The woman you gave me, she gave me the fruit, and I ate." And Eve said, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate. Then God spoke of consequence to the serpent, a life of lowliness, to Eve, pain in childbirth, yet still the promise of life continuing through her. To Adam, toil and labor. The earth would no longer give its fruit easily, but only through work and sweat. Who carried the blame? The voice that planted the thought? The heart that listened too closely? The hand that reached, or the hand that followed? All had touched the moment. All had shaped it. Yet, even as God spoke, He cared for them. He made garments of skin, clothing Adam and Eve with His own hands. Then He sent them out of the garden, so they would not reach for the tree of life and live forever. At the east side of the garden, God placed cherubim and a flaming sword flashing back and forth, guarding the way to the tree of life. And so they left the garden into a world beyond Eden. The path was new, the road unknown, yet God's presence did not leave them. Hope walked beside them, quiet and sure. The end of one chapter, softly closing like a fading song, and the beginning of another, opening gently like dawn after a long night. They stepped forward together, carrying a little sorrow and a little hope. And so the curtains to the Garden of Eden were drawn closed softly, and the world stepped into a new story. Yet the unseen hand of God rested gently upon their days. And now may that same love rest upon you tonight. May peace surround you like a blanket of quiet. Sleep now, snuggle, safe. Let your heart be at ease until the morning light rises again.